Welcome to Jackal's Wrestling Entertainment Pod. A little technical difficulties. Realized that the recording stopped right after we finished NXT. We had continued. We had what we thought was a great show, but it was not recorded. So here we are, jumping right back in right after NXT ended, and we have Smackdown kicking off with Damian Priest and LA Knight promo war, because Damian Priest is not happy with LA Knight. LA Knight's not happy with Damian Priest, I should say, costing him his United States Championship match opportunity against Jacob Fatu. We had a big match between the two to kick off SmackDown that would end in no contest because of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. What did you make of this big brawl that ensued after it, and what did you make of that promo war that we saw between two of the best currently at cutting promos on Friday Night SmackDown?
I know, really cool. And, like I said, it's nice to see, because you'd always have face heel, you can have baby face with the white story behind it. Both men lost at WrestleMania, both playing the blame game. LA Knight very frustrated that Priest cost him a shot to get his US title back. And, just an awesome match. Crowd was split in half. Then Solo made his presence known. Eventually Jacob did. And chaos ensued. Very awesome way to kick off SmackDown.
Next up, we had an underweighted match, but a very good match. We had Fraxium against Pretty Deadly. And like I said, just really good match. But we had a lot of good matches, I believe, on this edition of Friday Night SmackDown. What did you think of this match?
Awesome match. Like I said, Pretty Deadly's been a great part of his tag team resurgence on SmackDown. Just for awesome matches that's been going on for the last few months. And Fraxium, we talked about them in NXT when they were on there, of how we were hoping they got put SmackDown, and they did. Great match. Unfortunate injury to Elton Prince. Kit Wilson ended up finishing it handicap, but still awesome match. Big win for Fraxium.
Next up, we had Nia Jax come out to explain why she was torn, what she's after. She wants not only revenge on Tiffany Stratton, but she wants her Women's World Championship back. She would call Stratton out. After that, Naomi would come out. That would lead to Jade Cargill coming out. What'd you make of this huge promo, and it's set up for a main event tag team match later on in the night?
No, great promo. Like I said, we're going back to Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton had their rivalry. After Elimination Chamber, Nia Jax disappeared. We hadn't seen her for a while. She's back. She wants her championship back. Stratton is a fighting champion. She told Nia she's not afraid of her. She'll give her a championship any match anytime she wants it. Naomi wants her championship. Jade wants her championship. So, no, awesome match. And like you said, sets up for what was an awesome main event.
And also, we have announced for next week's Friday Night SmackDown, big number one contenders match between Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. And it's interesting how this plays out later on in the night, and especially with our main event and how that goes. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Next up, another really good match on Friday Night SmackDown. We had The Miz against Aleister Black. What did you think of this match?
It was a great match. Miz, again, like I said, just such an underweighted performer. He can put on great matches. Aleister, I think it was a great welcome back for a Skull Crushing finale counter. Was just really awesome to see. I've never seen anyone reverse a move like that, and setting up a huge win. And then we saw the contact made between Aleister and Carmelo Hayes, and I really hope that leads to something. We've talked about on this podcast before. Carmelo Hayes constantly still in the show. Would give him a chance. I think him and Aleister could still a show on any card.
I do too, and like you said, just such a cool reverse. He did the flip from the Skull Crushing finale, the double knees, the Black Mass, and it was Night Miz. That was just a cool moment on Friday Night SmackDown. Next up, we had our newly crowned Women's U.S. Champion Zelina Vega against Piper Niven. And again, not to keep saying it, but SmackDown had some really good matches. This was one of them. What'd you make of this match?
Yeah, no, great match. Really put a spotlight on our new United States Champion, showing how she can go, how good she is. Piper Niven is a very underrated performer as well. Awesome match, great win for Zelina. And Chelsea's just around the corner. She's not done yet, and she's even out there in Piper's corner.
Next up, we had a Randy Orton promo, and this is where Randy Orton would say not only does he want to take the championship from John Cena, but he wants to kick John Cena in the skull. And it's not the first time that Randy Orton's been threatening to kick John Cena in the skull. What do you think of this Orton promo? And does he do it? Does he kick John Cena in the head at Backlash?
If given a chance, yes. If given a chance, he will. We've seen it done before to John Cena. Like you said, even John Cena's dad and Randy Orton. John Cena should know better than anyone. Is not the guy you want to make mad, get into that dark place. And Randy's in that dark place right now. John Cena, better watch out.
Next up, we had what I thought was a show still on Friday Night SmackDown. We talk about how good the matches are on this night. And I just think the best match of the night here, we had Rey Fénix against Santos Escobar. What did you make of this match?
Awesome match. I mean, it really was. Like, talk about Rey Fénix. He's been on a roll since he came SmackDown, much like his brother Penta on Raw. And Santos was just one of the really driving forces in NXT. And just to see this, he's so underrated. To see this come out from him was just awesome. Just a phenomenal match.
Next up, we had our big main event. We had Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill against Naomi and Nia Jax. Really good match, back and forth. But what stood out to me was after the match, when it was all said and done, the last woman standing holding the Women's World Championship was the woman that is not even in the number one contenders match next week on SmackDown. It was Naomi. She was standing tall. Every other woman was down, but she was standing tall holding the championship, and she's not even in the number one contenders match next week on SmackDown. What did you think of the match, and how does Naomi insert herself in to possibly get that women's title match? She's not even in the number one contenders match.
No, great match. Awesome main event. Well, like you talked to, they had, led to it late early on in the night. And, yeah, Naomi's most definitely going to be a wild card into this, and I believe she will insert herself one way or the other. She's going to either make sure that she could just make sure Jade loses, but I don't think she wants Nia to win either. I don't think she wants anyone else getting what she believes is her title shot. So, yeah, Naomi's most definitely going to intervene in this match one way or the other. So, Jade and Nia better keep both eyes open.
Now, for our match of the week, we're going to put up for candidate for the match of the week. We're going to go on Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn. Despite that ended in Sami being destroyed, I do think the match before Sami got dismantled, was a really good match. I'm also going to put up Ivy Nile, Stephanie Valcour. We spoke on just how good of a match that was, how underrated it was. On NXT, I'm going to take the Lexis King, Ricky Saints match that I thought was underrated but very good. I'm going to take the main event between Roxanne and Julia against Jordynne Grace and Io Sky. Then on SmackDown, we're going to take that main event women's tag as well, Jade and Stratton against Nia and Naomi. And also going to take Rey Fénix against Santos Escobar. Thinking back and forth, a lot of really good matches throughout the week, but just think I'm going to go with Rey Fénix, Santos Escobar. I think it reminded everyone just how good Santos was when he was on NXT. He was one of the guys. He was putting on show stealers like most of the time, nearly every pay-per-view. And I think it just reminded everyone how good he is. And also just gave a little glimpse of how good Rey Fénix is and how good he can be. I just love that match.
Awesome match. Most definitely. Like I said, just showed how good, and like you said, people forget how good Santos really is. And for new fans to see just how good Rey Fénix is. Great match.
Now for the MVP of the week, I'm going to go someone who didn't wrestle. He did not wrestle throughout the week, but I think his promos and just the storytelling you alluded to on Monday Night Raw was just great. I'm going to go Seth Rollins. He just, as you said, he just showed like that darker side that he was warning Sami Zayn. He's telling him, like, hey, we're good friends. You can just get away. You can go SmackDown. You can fulfill your dream. You can be the world champion. But if you stay on Raw, he's like, he said, I'm not going to like what we're going to do to you, but we're going to have to do this to you, Sami. You're in our way. Sami picked to stay on Monday Night Raw. Not only did he say this, but him and Braun Breaker delivered. He orchestrated Braun Breaker destroying Sami Zayn, and he finished you off with some curb stomps on Monday Night Raw himself.
Yeah, no, most definitely agreed 100%. We're just seeing this whole different side, this like compassionate to an extent side, and then just completely psycho. So yeah, just a great character arc and just great walk from Seth Rollins.
Now you have a fullback match.
Yeah, so this match, this fullback, I think we'll go into why I think it's very relevant to this current situation. We're going to go Roadblock 2016. Almost a decade ago, Sami Zayn in a match to survive 15 minutes with Braun Strowman. Again, shout out Braun Strowman. No, he will do great whatever he chooses to do next. But this was a match that wasn't Sami Zayn. It wasn't Iron Man. It was either Sami Zayn gets pinned in 15 minutes, or if he survives 15 minutes, the match is over and it's like Sami won, I guess, to an extent. And I want you to go back and watch the promo before the match, and I want you to see Mick Foley's just that fire, that like, you want this, Sami, I tried to save you from it. I don't think you can survive against this monster, but you want it, you're going to get it. And I think Sami's kind of maybe remembered that himself over the years, and we've seen Sami go to that place, go to that fiery place, that passionate promos. And no, it was just a very interesting concept, and it shows even back then Sami Zayn did not run away from adversity, instead just taking it head on. So, yeah, a nice little fallback match I think has a lot to do with this relevancy to today's storyline.
Now to end the show, we're going to go Backlash predictions. Right now we only have 4 matches. We expect more matches will be made in this upcoming week leading up to Backlash. But predictions for Backlash, we're going to kick things off with a match we spoke on not too long ago. That is our United States Championship match. We have Jacob Fatu defending against Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Who do you have in this one?
It's tough. It's a star-studded field, but I think Jacob is not going to lose that title just yet. And I think one way or the other, if Simone Werewolf is going to walk out still United States champion.
I'm going to go different route because I think we're leading to this solo Jacob Fatu split and breakup. So I'm going to go with, I don't think Solo's going to say intentionally, but I think Solo's going to try to say unintentionally he accidentally screwed Jacob Fatu out of the match. Remember, it's a fair four-way. He doesn't even have to get pinned to lose. So I'm going to say the man that's going to take advantage of that and walk away U.S. champion is going to be Drew McIntyre.
I could see that. Would make Drew would take any opportunity he is given, and he'd be a Grand Slam champion, having never held the United States Championship to my knowledge.
Next up, we have Pat McAfee and Gunther. Who do you have?
Respect for promo. Wish Pat the best. But I have to go for ring general here. Hopefully, maybe Scott Steiner can, to an extent, give Pat a hand if things go, south afterwards. But I have to go with Gunther on this one.
Just going to say, all you really have to say for this match is you have Gunther, former world champion, main eventer, like big-time star. Then you have Pat McAfee, former football player, not even the tough football player. He's a former punter. He wrestled a couple matches. He's a commentator. I don't know how you could go with Gunther in this match.
Agreed.
Next up, we have Lyra Valkyria defending her Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. Who do you have?
I think it's going to be a very good match. We've seen them mix you up in NXT, but I think Romana is going to come around, and Becky Lynch is going to have her first Intercontinental Championship, her first minor title wing of her career. So I have to say that the inaugural title wing ends, in my opinion.
Ooh, okay, interesting. I'm going to go with Lyra Valkyria. I think Becky's been best in her leading up to this for the most part. I think whether it's a roll-up or not, but I think Lyra Valkyria is going to get the biggest win of her career on the main roster. We saw her beat Becky on NXT for the NXT Championship. I think somehow, some way she's going to pull this out, but I also don't think the rival's over after Backlash, and I do think eventually it will end with Becky Lynch as champion. But for Backlash, I think Valkyria is going to walk away.
That could be. That's going to be a very good match.
And next up, we have a match everybody's waiting for, the renewed rival between John Cena, John Cena, now face Randy Orton. Very interesting torn to this. And John Cena's last year. Who do you have in this match?
This is tough. And I know like this is an out there prediction. And John Cena keeps talking about ruining wrestling. He's going to retire for a world championship. But see, I see a swerve. I see things taking a little bit of a different turn. I think Randy's going to make do on all of his promises. It's in his hometown. I think he's going to be the champion. I think he's going to kick John Cena in the head, thus ending the reign of terror, so to speak. And maybe John Cena comes back from the punt, maybe a little bit different. Maybe the John Cena we all know more.
Okay. Interesting prediction. I'm going with John Cena on here. I don't think his 17th title reign ends that quick, but who knows? I think he's going to use any dirty tactic to win, maybe even Travis Scott.
Yeah, but Travis Scott might play about the 3 most dangerous letters in all of wrestling if he interferes.
I'll be honest, I'd be down to see that, but I also think it would be enough time for John Cena to take advantage and retain his title.
Oh, exactly. John Cena don't need that much of a window. The vet is going to do whatever it takes. That could, 1 RKO, 2 Travis Scott could change the whole match.
Thank you guys for joining us on a redo. But nonetheless, we'll see you guys next week.